Okay, the big announcements have been made at Photokina. Shockingly, one of the ones that I thought was most funny was the fact that Sigma revealed a lens at $6,000 of 500mm f4. Sigma junk. Oh my god. Do you know you can buy gray market the exact same lens made by Nikon for $6,000, the 500mm f4? You know, even if the lens works fine, Sigma are infamous for their lenses not lasting very long. Photokina is kind of like that time in March where all the women say that they're going to get their beach bodies back and they start working out so they can look good in the bikini when they go on vacation. Well, Photokina is basically all the camera companies showing off their bodies in a thong and a bikini, and some people came with a Snicker bar in hand, and you know, oh my god, wow, you ever seen those really fat chicks that wear spandex? You know, it's like, ooh. Yeah, I know I'm really fat myself, but you don't see me wearing spandex, though, do you? So, who is the supermodel of Photokina? Well, certainly the absolute total loser was Canon. Canon was just an epic loser. Their 5D Mark IV is just a flat-out loser. I got so much hate when I mentioned the camera being just an overpriced. It's like a throwback camera from 6 years ago, with an insane price tag. And the people, very funny, I made a video about it earlier today, you know, some guy was like, oh, this is the camera you got to get, and then he gets it, and he realizes what a bummer it is, and he's sending it back. And he made like a half sort of apology video, which is fine, you know, I'm not berating him really, rather Canon. So Canon is the absolute loser. People said that Nikon was a loser. Nikon was a loser, total loser at Photokina, but they weren't a loser for the year. I mean, Photokina just sums up the year. It's like, you know, here's what we're going to release now or for the beginning of 2017. Nikon came out with the D500. The D500 is an absolute winner. It's incredible. It's insane high ISO, incredible autofocus, an amazing camera. I got a couple of them for a reason. So for the year, you know, Nikon rolled out a tremendous hit, and I was dead right on it. I was the first person doing reviews on the D500. I told everybody it'd be a legendary camera, and everybody rolled their eyes, and now I am completely vindicated. Now every time a new camera comes out, everybody's like, well, how does it compare to the D500? It's like the D500 has become the benchmark. I keep getting at, I mean, how does this compare to the D500? How does that, you know? So Nikon did good for the year. They rolled out an amazing camera. Honestly, Nikon would have been in a little bit of trouble if they didn't roll out. The D5 was a loser. The D5 is the same megapixel count as the D500. So what if it's full frame? It's got a AA filter over it, so even though it's the same megapixel count and it's a full frame, the images look less sharp because of the optical low-pass filter. For $6,500, the only thing you're getting for that for your money with that loser camera, $2,000 versus for $4,500 more. The only damn thing that you're getting on the Nikon D5 is super insane high ISO performance and wee bit better because it's got dual processor for autofocus acquisition, wee faster autofocus tracking, and that is not worth $4,500. Sony rolled out a dinosaur. Sony dug up a petrified dinosaur, scatological specimen, and they rolled out an A mount, the Sony A99. Wow. There have been no new lenses for that thing. I didn't know it, but the actual translucent mirror that sits in front of that thing that directs light up for autofocus detection, that drops 30% of the light and the quality of the light that hits the sensor. It's a permanent mirror that's in front of the sensor. I didn't know it was that high. Apparently it's right around 30%. The only thing Nikon rolled out at Photokina were like these little goofy, stupid, it's like something you get in a gumball machine. It's like an alternative to a GoPro. They're a little GoPro-like device. So Photokina, Nikon and Photokina was a total flop. Canon, you could obviously hear the crickets chirping, not that it was there. I mean, it's like, oh, great, Canon, you rolled out a total, absolute, disgusting failure of a camera. Now, if you told somebody 2 years ago, like, who's going to dominate the year 2016 and Photokina, and you'd say Fuji, they would have laughed their ass off at you. They're like, Fujifilm's going to dominate 2016 for photography, and they're going to dominate Photokina in September. You are smoking crack. Crawl back in your hole. But that's exactly what happened. I saw the live stream from Fuji's announcement on their new medium format camera, which is the GFX 50S. I know GFX means something different, but I'm going to actually say that it stands for Giant Effing X Series Camera. Everybody in the audience was going, ooh, ah, ooh. So Fuji beat the panties off of everybody else. Not to mention the fact that just a week and a half before that, they rolled out the Fuji X-T2, an absolute bloody winner. I mean, just this camera is just, you know. This is just silk, sex, and sugar. It's tougher than woodpecker lips. It's the cat's ass. Owning this camera has made me happier than a worm in a pile of crap. It's just awesome. Happier than a pervert in a porn shop. Incredible. So Fuji destroyed everybody at Photokina. They destroyed everybody. You know, did they announce this at Photokina? No, but you know, it rolled out just before Photokina, and then they announced a medium format. And with 6 lenses, and it'll blow the hell out of Hasselblad. You know the camera will be way better and cheaper. So cheaper and better than the Hasselblad. Wow. Wow. Panasonic did roll out a GH5 to replace the GH4. Obviously the big video buffs, and I'm not one of them, will absolutely love that. Olympus rolled out another camera. I don't know who gives a hell about Olympus. I know some people do. I'm sorry, but I absolutely couldn't care less about Olympus. Really well made product. Do I care about Micro Four Thirds? Could not care less. I mean, I never hear anybody talking about Olympus except for like one person in 100,000. Great, you improved on a system that already should have been dead, you know, several years ago. I don't care what GoPro rolls out. I mean, that's just fluffy twaddle. You know, they rolled out a new Karma helicopter, whatchamacallit, you know what I'm talking about, one of the quadcopter drones. So, the winner of Photokina is obviously Fuji. Absolutely, undeniably the winner. The absolute total epic failure at Photokina was Canon, followed by Sony. Sony released a new camera that everybody thought was dead, and for which there have been no new lenses for ages. It's like, Sony just unveiled this camera? Wasn't this A-mount dead? Isn't it dead? Oh, no, there's a new one? Really? Really? And it's got that permanent, you know. Oh, and it's a huge camera, like a DSLR? Really? I thought Sony's future was about really, really, really tiny cameras. So Sony rolled out a big old DSLR-sized camera. Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought they were moving the other direction. Yeah, apparently that didn't work too well. Yeah, okay. Way to go there. So, Fuji is the winner of 2016, followed very closely by Nikon. Both of these cameras are absolute winners. The Nikon D500 and the Fuji X-T2, absolute, complete, and total winners. $2,000. People are complaining that I was comparing the Fuji X-T2 with a vertical grip compared to the Nikon itself. You know, you have to have the vertical grip for the full performance of the X-T2. I mean, if somebody likes that or doesn't like it, what do I give a damn? Now, some people actually had a hissy fit at me, like, well, you're comparing the Fuji X-T2 with a vertical grip, you know? That's not fair. Well, the full capabilities of the camera require you to have a vertical grip. You know, I don't care if you like it. You know, if you're going to get the camera and you want the full potential out of it, you got to get the vertical grip. It's not my problem, it's your problem. Not too many people complained about that, but some did. So that's it. The winner of 2016 is Fuji. The camera of the year, only very slightly edged out the D500, was the Fuji X-T2. The Nikon D500 is still the absolute winner for hardcore sports and action and wildlife, obviously so. If I had these two to grab as I'm heading out the door and I was about to shoot a late night club shoot or a concert, I'd be grabbing the D500. Each one is superior in its own way. They're both winners. Each one is, has its own specific arena of excellence. The autofocus tracking under most lighting situation is definitely slightly superior to the D500. Others have proven that. I've proven it. I was taking shots at f2.8 with the 70-200 handheld yesterday, and I posted the pictures. Otherwise, people would have bitched, saying, "Well, the depth of field was too much. You shot it at f8. So everything was in focus." No. So anyway, that's the winner of Photokina. Fuji beat everybody's ass and pounded them into the dirt. And the only people that were oohing and awing at Photokina was when Fuji was announcing their medium format camera. So that's the fact of that. Who would have thought this 2 years ago? Who's going to win Photokina in 2016? Oh, it'll be Fujifilm. Really? No. No, it's not possible. Oh yeah, girlfriend, it's possible. It happened. It's done. It's history already. They did it. Fuji's been sitting back, planning and plotting and planning and plotting, and they just they just broke their boot off right up the butt chute of everybody else for 2016. Bye.